Hey everybody, I'm Ryan McCaffrey with IGN's Xbox team. I'm joined by Jason Barbosa. You may better know him in the competitive gaming world as Captain Barbosa. We're playing Gears of War Judgment, the signature Overrun mode, showing off a new map called Estate. Jason, what can we expect?
Well, we're going to be looking at all the different strategies you can use in Overrun. There's a lot of metagame, there's a lot of strategy, and there's a lot of team communication, and we're going to see that all unfold right now. All right, so here we are on Estate. We're going to start this Overrun map right now. Pay attention to the Locust. As you'll see, they're going to start with a whole bunch of tickers. The reason you want to start with tickers is because it's really important to get the first fence down, whatever that fence that your team agrees to bring down is. Now, this Locust member kind of went by himself as a ticker. What the COG team is going to do is they're going to figure out which fence that the Locust team is actually going for first and try and wipe out the tickers there. Now, you'll see that there's a turret down, and that turret mutilates tickers. They don't stand a chance once they come into line of sight. So those turrets, they only last for 8 seconds, but they are devastating while they're up for 8 seconds. On this particular map on Overstate, there's 2 routes. On every Overrun map, there's 2 routes. On this particular one, though, when you start the first round, there's the over the bridge route, and then there's the under the bridge route. If you look at the Locust right now, they're taking the upper hand position, which is on the bridge, to try and clear up the COG underneath, and hopefully the tickers can get in underneath and start doing some damage to those fences, because the fences are worth a ton of points if you can start chewing up the fences. Look at the Locust right now. You'll see that the Grenadier is having a hard time knocking down this fence, and that's because only the ticker is the most viable choice to knock down these fences. They want to make sure that you're able to push your tickers forward. You can't just go by yourself. Notice there's just minimal damage going down. So these guys are pushing. They're by themselves. There's the ticker. So there's no resistance from the COG team, but as you can see, once the ticker shows up, this fence is going to go down immediately, and now they're going to be able to push into the map some more. And the objective right now is, you'll see there's a green icon on the map that's constantly highlighted. That is the E-hole. That is your objective. What you want to do is take out the E-hole, and right now this is going to get interesting because the COG team just put down a turret. That turret's going to be there for 8 seconds, and man, that thing does a ton of damage if it looks at you. And so we got ourselves a 1v1 battle right now, and it's over. So Locust is going to go down. That was the Grenadier versus the Engineer. The Engineer would be Baird, and Baird comes stock with the Nasher. So take a look at the COG team right now. They're protecting the underneath position. That's the quickest route to get to the E-hole, as you can see it over there in the corner. The E-hole is at like around 25% right now. The Locusts have been doing a good job putting some damage on it. Whether you want to ninja in there with your tickers and just suicide the E-hole, or if you actually want to strategically get in there with Grenadiers and the Cantus and constantly heal up, it all depends on the situation. You always want to be evaluating what the COG team is doing in their makeup. Right now I'm seeing on the COG team there's 1 medic, I think I see 2 engineers, 1 soldier. I don't think I see a scout. I don't think they're utilizing the scout yet. That'd be Garen. But it's a little unnecessary. The scout really comes into play when the end game units for the Locust come out. And those end game units would be the ones that you purchase, which are in the second row of the Locust team. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so right now they just finished putting all the damage on this E-hole, so this first round is over. I didn't get a read on the time there, but the objective is to get to that E-hole and knock out the E-hole reinforcements as fast as you can as the Locust team. Now, unfortunately, when you're the COG team, it's a little bittersweet because the game is engineered so that the COG team loses. It just depends how fast you lose. All right, so now the COG team's running the scout. We're on the back of the scout right now. And the important part of the scout, his main ability is to throw out the scouting grenade. The spot grenade, excuse me. So when he throws out the spot grenade, it actually debuffs the Locust to take extra damage. So when those big Locusts start coming out, you're going to want to spot the big Locust and make sure that that debuff's on them so you can take them out quicker. The more advanced Locusts are actually more expensive Locusts to purchase. So if you can knock out an expensive Locust pretty quick, then they just wasted a whole bunch of points on that Locust, and you're actually going to probably do a really good job holding off the Locust. So now I'm looking at the COG team right now, and they're doing a great job holding off this push right now. The team is diverse. They got great turret placement, and the Locusts are just having a hard time figuring out where they're going to go in. Now let's go look at the Locust right now, and you'll see we're on the back of a Rager. Now the Rager special ability He just gets super large, super fast, and he could take a ton of damage. He's pretty much getting in there. He's got some time. It doesn't last forever, but he's just got some time to make some really big play. And once the rage is over, then, well, you know what? He's pretty squishy, and he just is out of commission. But the Rager is a great Locust. If you need to create a distraction, if you just need to push a little bit more, someone just get on the back of that Rager and do some damage and just cause some mayhem. Again, he's not the best for pushes. The best pusher is going to be your Mauler, which is the 3rd slot on the Locust team, because the Mauler has the shield. He could potentially take no damage from the COG team and get a good vantage point for your Locust team. Let's take a look at the COG team right now. I just want to show you guys that the Scout, it's only exclusive to the Scout, these vantage points. He's the only guy that can actually jump up and get these vantage points. He comes in with the Marksa, and that Marksa is pretty much, on other COGs, it's a 2-shot kill if it's body shots, but depending on the Locust, all the Locusts have different health bars. So I think I saw a triple shot right there. He's going to throw a spot grenade out. But on this map, on Estate, this is actually a really good spot because on every map, like I said, there's 2 lanes. And when you're at that vantage point that the Scout was at, you could see if it's left or if it's right. And you're going to want to make sure you communicate to your team what direction that the Locusts are focusing in on. If you're a smart Locust team, you'll send a distraction in one direction, but then you'll send your main fight in the other direction. All right, so there's another spot grenade out. Right now, we're just at a bit of a stalemate right now. It's a little hectic. There's definitely damage getting done on the E-hole right now. As you can see, the Locust, not the Locust, the COG team is absolutely surrounding their E-hole because it is worn down. It's got probably like just a few hit points, and all the Locusts need to do really is throw a grenade in there and get this to go down, but the COG team is definitely holding up a really good last stand here. They are not going to let this E-hole take damage. This Grenadier is trying to do something, but he's doing like a 1v3. I don't know what he's thinking. He's going to go down. At least he was there. He was trying to do some damage, but if he had a grenade, there it is. I just heard a grenade go off, and now the E-hole is gone. So now we're going to go to the 3rd round of this match, and the Locusts are going to try to put in their final score. The score would be how fast they actually finish this map. So here we go. This is the 3rd part of the map. Destroy the generator. This is the final objective of Overrun. And let's see now. I want to remind you guys, actually, if you don't know, when you purchase a more advanced Locust, you actually get to keep that Locust when the round flips. So if you had a Corpser, or if you had a Rager, or whoever it is, you actually start the round with that Locust. So right now you'll see the Locust team, they loaded up some tickers. They got down the first fence really fast. The COG team is at a bit of a disadvantage because that first fence went down like insanely fast. So now the tickers could start running in. However, I think it's only going to be that one fence that they got down. If you notice on the COG team, Sophia, your medic, she throws down those stim grenades, which is absolutely a blessing for the COG team, because when you're in one of those stim grenades, you're actually getting full health every frame that stim grenade is out. The only time you can get killed is if you get killed by a one-shot. That's the only time you're going to go down, if you're in stim grenades. So it looks like the COG team is just finished a whole wave of a horde here, and now they're going to go up against the Serapede. You definitely don't want to be in front of a Serapede when the Serapede shows up. Cerapedes do massive damage, and they also are just really hard to kill because of the weak spot on the Serapede. But as you can see in the COG team right now, we're not spectating them anymore. But if you just want to kick out the back of the Serapede, that's probably the easiest way to go if the Serapede isn't paying attention. We just got some standard. The Grenadier is going to be your bread and butter on the Locust team with the shotgun, and the Grenadier gets a frag grenade every 15 seconds he's alive. So every 15 seconds you could potentially throw out a frag, and as soon as you get it, you want to strategically throw out that frag. Hopefully you'll use some teamwork. Let's go flip over to the Locust. I want to show you something interesting right now. We're on the back of a ticker right now, but the ticker is right next to one of his buddies, the Corpser, which is the most expensive Locust unit. So whoever that Corpser was doing a ton of work, getting those support points. There's actually 2 Corpsers right now on the Locust team. They're going to chew through these fences right now. The Corpser is practically impossible to kill at range, because if there's a Cantus on the team, the Cantus can heal the Corpser, and then once the Corpser is getting low on health, the Corpser can actually burrow. So then he can just retreat, and as a Corpser, you're going to want to retreat if you're low on health, because it's such an expensive unit. Probably all your points went into getting that Corpser, so just make sure you take care of that Corpser when you get it. So don't be foolish. Don't just pay for the Corpser and go in there all Rambo. You're going to want to make sure at least someone on your team actually could help you out. Maybe start calling one of your teammates to get a Cantus and keep those Corpsers alive because they will finish the push. Now, I want to bring to your attention that we are on the 3rd round of this, and now you're going to see all these endgame Locusts come out. So let's go over to the Locust, and we're going to watch this Mauler demolish this fence here. When you're a Mauler, you're pretty much swinging a frag grenade every time you click. That's what's awesome about these Maulers. And also, when you hold your left trigger, you put the shield up. So as long as bullets are hitting the shield, you're going to take absolutely no damage. He's an overall great unit for closed spaces. This estate tends to be like a mixed map where there's closed and open spaces. Look at him take on this turret right now. He just had his shield up. One swing takes out the turret, so those 8 seconds of that turret being up are gone. Unfortunately, I can't see the rest of the team, but he is doing a lot of work pushing the COG team around. They're absolutely distracted. The E-hole is taking some damage. It's only it's at 75% health, but it looks like what the Locusts are doing, they're just making sure that all these fences go down. Even if you have the advantage on a map, it's still a good idea once in a while to get a ticker and chew up the fences that are in the back of the map because you're getting free points. And with those free points, oh man. Yeah, the spinning shield does that. But you want to make sure you chew up the fences in the back of the map because those are free points. And then even if you die as an advanced Locust, you can come back and still buy another one. So there is economy in this game, guys. There is resource management. You're going to be want to communicating with your team. You also want to make sure that you don't, as Locust, that you don't pick the same unit at the same time. Like it's a little silly to have 3 Maulers out there and no Cantus, because then if the 3 Maulers go down and they had no healing, it was kind of a waste. So you always want to communicate with your team. Make sure you have a diverse team makeup. That way it's like, oh, we got to fight a Mauler. There's a Serapede crawling around on the ground. There's a Rager that can get enraged at any moment and start mailing us to death. You want to really just cause havoc as the Locust team, mess them up. I'm amazed at what this Mauler is doing right now. This Mauler is absolutely causing so much havoc on the COG team. He's eliminated 2 turrets in 1 life. Right now the Serapede there it is. GG, the generator is destroyed. So that was a really great round by the Locust, using diverse Locust tactics, really just mixing up the strategy. Their tickers did a great job at the beginning of the game getting those fences down. They had a slow 3rd round here, but everything was all good because they were able to buy all those advanced Locusts at the same time and really end game that 3rd generator, the 3rd objective. So now in Overrun, once one team was the Locust and one team was the COG, they switch roles, and now it's up to the new Locust team to beat the record that the old Locust team set. This is the most interesting part of the match to me, because if you're in your Xbox Live party chat or if you guys are just landing, you want to chat it up right now. Right now you're talking to your buddies and you're saying, guys, are we going over or are we going under? Where are we going to start with these tickers? And we're going to check out right now where these tickers are headed. Generally, they'll all go in the same direction, and there they go. They're all going underneath. See, you want to communicate that because the more tickers there are on the fence, the faster it'll bring down. Watch them chew out this first fence. This first fence is going down extremely fast, and now they're going to be able to scuttle around to the next fence. What's awesome about this map is that there's actually ticker holes that are exclusive to only ticker movement. And if all else fails, if you're chewing up the fences, you could always explode. Good to go. Now, I don't think the COG team was really ready for that kind of strategy. Those tickers came out of nowhere. The turret placement never went up, because if there was a turret anywhere near these fences, it would have chewed up all the tickers. And we're actually seeing some Wretch play right now. We didn't get to see the Wretch in the last round, but the Wretch is actually great for stunning the COG team. So say you're doing a ticker push, or you actually have an advanced Locust out there. The Wretch is actually one of the greatest support roles on the Locust because of the crowd control that the Wretch has. The Wretch puts out the Scream. Anybody in front of the Scream actually is stunned. They can still move, but they can't do anything with their weapons, which allows the Locust next to you to take advantage of the COG team. And this Wretch, I guess this Wretch is still trying to figure out what to do right now, but let's take a look at the COG team. The E-hole right now, they're trying to protect it, but the Locust team is doing such a great job of getting that initial harass on the E-hole. If you could just see what happened right there, Sophia, the medic on the COG team, she was actually in her stim grenade and was able to pretty much take the full brunt damage of a frag grenade, and she was only able to do that because she was in a stim grenade, because the stim grenade gives you full health, like I said. Every frame it's giving you full health, and it actually expands your health bar just a tiny bit too, so you're able to take a little bit more damage. So those one-shots really need to be really good. Here comes some tickers to the E-hole. Now, when the E-hole is this low, it only takes 2 tickers to blow up on the E-hole and start the next round. So it looked like the Locust team was trying to get those tickers in there. Tickers are really cheap and fast support units. So if you're trying to finish off a push, they're just there it is. This E-hole's gone. Yeah. So those tickers, they get in. They have a boost ability, and they're just great to keep the pressure on the COG team because they can get back to the objective so fast. When you're a Grenadier or a Cantist, you know, you're pretty much you're setting up, you're doing team play. But as a ticker, you can just keep the pressure on the front line because you can keep coming. Whether you die or not, like if you die, you stay alive. If you die immediately, you can run to the front line. It's just that great unit. If you're having a bad game, you know, if you just can't see what's going on the map, grab yourself a ticker, get out in front, see where the COG team is. Doesn't really matter if you blow up because you could be there in 5 seconds again once you respawn. So I'm taking a look at the COG team right now. We actually have a player on the turret. The turret's awesome for bigger units. I actually wouldn't use the turret at the beginning of a round when there's smaller Locust units coming at you because it doesn't move very fast, especially if those tickers are coming in and they're boosting in. You're going to want to just use your rifles and punt them. So stay off the – this is the strategy for you guys, but stay off the turret until the Locusts come out. Now this Barrett is actually doing a pretty good job on the COG team. With this fence here, he's trying to protect his fence. He's making sure he's safe. I'm not sure exactly why the repair. There's the repair gun. So he wants to repair. Oh, these tickers just took it out right as he was going to repair the fence. Let's go over to the Locust. Check out what this Wretch is doing. Wretch went for his exclusive jumping position. What's awesome about Wretches is that they can jump over fortifications. There's a Cole trying to melee him in the back. He's going to get it. But the Wretches, if you want to distract the COG team, grab a Wretch. If they're especially paying attention to only one side of the map, you can take a Wretch, get behind enemy lines, get over that E-hole, and you could start the alarm trigger, which really distracts the COG team. So if they were doing a really good job of holding down one lane on the map, by starting that alarm and hitting the E-hole, they're probably like, oh God, what's going on? What's back there? And if there's a Wretch back there, you'll have like 3 COGs turn around and try and get that one Wretch, which will give the rest of your Locust team an opening when you're going to push. Man, these tickers are so much fun, guys. I like watching these tickers. Let me see if this ticker actually finds one of the... oh, no. So the turret went up. He knows he doesn't stand a chance. Actually, he gets to blow up on the fence. Not going to do it, and there's the engineer right there repairing up the damage. You guys, you want to make sure when you're Locust, if you're going to push on your fences, especially if there's an engineer there, that it's a coordinated attack because all he's going to do is repair that damage. And when you do that, the only benefit you get out of the engineer repairing defenses is that you can come back and get more points. But it's kind of a waste of a push. It wastes time. You want to stay alive as much as you can unless you're... Besides being a ticker, you want to stay alive as much as you can. And right now we're seeing a Serapede and a Mauler push. A Serapede actually lifted up. That's the special ability. That's the special ability of the Serapede is to lift up and get a good vantage point and start spitting. But these fences, man, are just getting chewed down like crazy. Locust team, I guess, just decided that they're going to coordinate really well and push in here. I'm watching what the Serapede's doing. He's really going across the map. I guess he's going to be that distraction. The Serapede actually is amazing to distract because, again, the hitbox on the Serapede is way behind him. And it kind of makes all the COG panic because it's a melee. It's a melee unit. So they'll all focus on you. But at least the rest of your team, if you have some tickers in the back, or if you got a healer, the attention's off the healer, and they can they're focusing the Serapede. So the COG team actually right now is doing a great job. If you want to go over to them, they got 2 engineers, 2 Bairds. They're repairing these last-minute fences, the last stand fences. This is the second round. They're doing a really good job of holding this second point here, repairing those fences and making sure that the Locusts don't get in. Look at this Wretch trying to jump in. It looks like they're resorting to the frags now. The Grenadiers doing a good job getting some frags on the E-hole, and you know what? I'm seeing this E-hole is going down real soon. There's a Wretch doing work, but he's gonna get taken out soon. See those pesky tisk. The ticker just blew up on that E-hole and brought it down to like less than 10%. They are so devastating. If you can set up the tickers, you'll definitely push down these rounds real fast. So here we go. We got a weak fence on the right side of this point here. I'm sure. Oh, and there's a ticker. I just saw 2 frames of that ticker, and the ticker took out the E-hole. All right, so now we're going to move on to the 3rd round. We saw this in the flip. I don't know what we're going to call these yet. We're going to call this the game, the matches. I'd like to just call it flipping roll. So now we're in the 3rd round of the flip, and this is the Locust have 6 minutes to take down this E-hole. So that's how long it took the previous Locust team to do it. So now this is actually like the true testament on this round. Like 6 minutes. The COG have to defend for 6 minutes, and they'll win. They did a good job of getting in there. So now let's look at the Locust team. Oh, the Rager just went down. That breach shot is really powerful against the COG team. It'll bring them down in 2 shots. Just 2 body shots is all you need to bring down the – actually, excuse me. A body shot, maybe a headshot. But I think it's 2 shots. Don't take my word on that, but I believe it's two body shots, and COG start going down. Oh, my goodness. They have a Mauler out right now. I forgot. We're already in our 3rd round, so everybody's got enough points to start affording endgame units. We got a Cantus and a Grenadier. Actually, we got a Cantus and 2 Grenadiers teaming up. Let's take a look at the Locust right now so we can check out what the Cantus actually can do. The Cantus is a little bit squishy, so I guess we're not going to see much coming out of the Cantus. But what's amazing about the Cantus, if you want to set up pushes like this, I highly recommend, if you have a Mauler, that's great. Get some Grenadiers or Tickers, not necessarily, but 2 Grenadiers and a Mauler are amazing because with the Cantus behind you, the Cantus can actually heal all 3 of you at the same time. If he's back, he's like the Cantus kind of turned into your quarterback. You know, he's going to assess the situation. He's going to make sure that all his Locusts in front of him are healed up. And if you have a really good Cantus on your team, you're going to be able to sustain pushes and keep the pressure on the front line on the COG. Oh. We're watching some Bushka play right now. Looks like the Cole on the COG team is actually getting some good shots off. He's found a pretty good niche. This entrance that we're seeing right here on the COG, not the COG team, the Locust team. This is the choke point on the map. And the reason it's more difficult to get through this choke point on Locust, because you should have points by now. You should have chewed through all those fences in the first 2 rounds. You should have racked up your points. You should have racked up your healing points by now. You should have gotten your kills. And we should be seeing a lot of endgame units coming out of Locust team right now. I'm not exactly sure why I don't see them yet. We got 2 Cantuses, not necessarily the best thing. Like I said, 2 Cantuses are really squishy. I think second to the Ticker, they're the second weakest unit on the Locust team. They're meant to just kind of hang back and do some harassment damage and make sure they heal. But the COG team looks like they really got their stuff together right now. They're doing repairs. They got the Bushka player in there, your soldier, definitely keeping the Locust behind that choke point. And you know, if they keep up this momentum, I'm actually predicting that the COG team will be able to hold off the whole Locust attack, unless some amazing coordination comes out of the Locust team and they coordinate like a diverse push strategy with those advanced Locusts. I really think right now, just looking at the way the COG team is playing, they're actually going to be able to hold this 3rd E-hole. Like, they actually have time. See, this is not a good thing. If you're watching, if we should be watching the COG team right now, they actually have time to set up. If the pressure is actually off and not constantly being applied, they can ammo up, they can heal up, and when the Locusts come in, they're actually gonna have to face a stock team of COGs, and they'll be completely ready. They'll be ammoed up, and they'll actually have good positions to keep the Locust off. So if you are a Locust, make sure that you're communicating and make sure that someone's actually gonna get up there, whether it's a Wretch, whether it's a Ticker, just to distract them or make sure you break up the COG team a little bit, because when they get set up, when those turrets are on cooldown, you're not getting through this choke point. And the COG team, look at them. They're doing an amazing job just holding it down. There's grenades out everywhere. The Grenadiers are throwing grenades. We got Cole shooting his Bushka, throwing grenades out there. His turret's going down. I really think that the COG team, with the way they're looking right now, they're going to hold this. Look. They're repairing fences. They're getting points for repairing these fences. Yeah, they're doing a great job. So I'm going to take a look at the Locust team and see what they're trying to do here. We got a Grenadier, a Cantus, We don't have endgame units. They don't have endgame units right now going on the Locust team. They might have wasted their economy. Earlier they had those advanced units, but if they pushed and if they didn't get more points for those pushes, I think they might be choked out. So because they lack the points and the resources, as you can see, they got 3 Grenadiers on the team right now, and a Rager. A Rager's gonna go in and try and do something, but his teammate just went behind him. Yeah, at the 3-minute mark, I already called this game. I really think that the COG team is gonna hold this. If they hold it, they're obviously gonna win the whole match. They're doing such a great job. They got their crossfire, they got their turrets, they got the Bushka. They are just holding them off and holding ground so well. This Wretch is playing with this one COG over here on the side of the map. They're a little pesky because they can't get past the barriers like you just saw there. So I think this is going to be a really good play by the Wretch because the Wretch is going to start that alarm and is going to make the COG team panic. And if I'm correct, the COG team will probably all turn around and look and make sure that the E-hole is not being attacked, which should give the Locust team some time to advance on the map. But I'm hearing tickers, I'm hearing wretches, I'm hearing nothing advanced. Yeah, I'm going to call it. The COG team has this. There's still way too many fences to be taken down. And that E-hole has still all of its health. Only 23 seconds left on the clock. Fences are getting repaired. This is over. So the COG team is going to win this. Unfortunately, I can't tab right now to let you know which team this is, if it's IGN or Epic. But here we only got 9 seconds left. It's going to take out that ticker. Yeah, this is over. Congrats to the COG team. They're going to win this round. It's very difficult to hold off the Locust. And there it is. Hammer Dawn is online, and the COG team is going to win that. Congrats to them. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that commentary for this Locust Overrun match on Estate. I'm Captain Barbosa, and keep it here at IGN for more coverage on Overrun.